Good morning. And what a great looking crew this is. A little bit about me. I grew up all the way 17 miles west of Fayette, down to Sumner, and played all kinds of sports over there. And upon graduating in 1969, I wanted to become a teacher, become a coach, and also have a lot of fun. And I accomplished all of those over here at Upper Iowa.
In my 40 or so year career of doing this, I've been around all kinds of different people at different places. I have known Steve Harms and his family for a long time. Steve and my connection originally was that he refereed college basketball, and so did I.
Steve and I met many years ago, and we really got hooked up probably our junior year in college, and from there on we were pretty tight. He introduced me to my wife. I stood up for him, he stood up for me. We were a pair. We've hunted over 50 years together, every year opener. We've fished over 50 years together. We've drank over 60 years together. We've had fun all our lives. It's hard to believe he's not here.
The one thing that struck me was Steve was so proud of his dad, Cal. Right behind me here is in the Hall of Fame, as is Steve and Diane, but Cal was a great Upper Iowa guy. So that was my, kind of original reconnection to Steve when I got back to Upper Iowa.
Steve, I can't say enough about what a great guy he was, but what a quiet giant. Did a lot for the college and a lot for people behind the lines.
Behind every good man is a good woman. Steve didn't have a good woman, he had a great woman. Diane Harms was the spirit behind Steve, and she was just as generous and just as humble as he was. And for them to endow the cheer program, which they did several years ago, which has allowed us to build that program.
It's just really exciting to be able to start kind of a new program and get that first hands-on experience with it and kind of establish what we were going to build our culture around.
Diane was so important to this program, and I'll never forget the flip she did on the field. Football field a few years ago is one of the great moments.
A lot of schools our size don't have programs for cheer, and so being able to offer that and have the resources to continue to grow and expand and get us to where we want to go is something really special for Upper Iowa.
Well, Steve and Diane Harms have been extraordinarily generous with many projects and donations that they've made across the campus, but one of the most notable is the football stadium, developing that into one of the best Division II football stadiums that you'll find across the country.
He enjoyed doing it, and I'm glad they did it. So what a venue.
Several years ago, 5 years ago now, Steve said to me, there's a young guy at Montezuma High School here that we need to recruit. And he said, I'm going to bring him up on a visit.
He definitely saw something in me, and honestly, I don't know if without him being who he is and talking to me the way he did about this place, I don't know if I would ever have even thought or even known Upper Iowa. I can really never thank him enough for how much he instilled it into me and really gave me that confidence I needed to keep pushing forward.
He was so proud of that, Steve was, that Eddie could be a part of what went on at Upper Iowa and maybe become a big part of it, and he certainly has.
The big legacy is their family turned out wonderful, and they love kids and grandkids. They love to come back to Upper Iowa. They love the atmosphere, and I think they really enjoyed their accomplishments. Walk through and see what has been done, what's being done.
This place bleeds the Harms. Everything that they kind of give out and the love and affection that they show to everybody is going to go on for decades upon decades. Upper Iowa is them. They really embodied Upper Iowa and what it means to be an Upper Iowa Peacock.
It was always a really warm spot in his heart, Upper Iowa. Always will be, and it still is. warm spot in my heart.
And without them, you know, we wouldn't be where we are today. And just being able to be a part of that and continue to build on it has just been really special and a huge part of my life.
This was a humble, loving, caring, down-to-earth, regular guy who was extraordinarily proud of this wonderful place and was very, very generous. Generous more than anybody needed to be. And he did that in a way that made everybody love him, even though that isn't what he was looking for. But people here know that Upper Iowa, to some level, exists and will go on in the future because of Steve and Diane Harms and their generosity.
We're just tickled that everybody came back for a great weekend, and let's get a victory this afternoon. Go Peacocks!